We we are back, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a while, been a couple months. We're finally back. Our last stream was like when hacks got unbanned, like way back. Yo, what's up, Bell? Bro's got the same sword cut. Oh yeah, I'm bald. I'm bald now. I don't know. I just decided to shave my head. Yeah, we're back. Not much else. Is the music too loud, or should I? It's too loud on my end, like in my headphones. Okay. Is that the beat? Yeah, it's the game over theme. Oh, we're just chatting while I play Lego Star Wars. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about just random topics that you want me to talk about. If there's anything Smash related. What? I don't got the controls. I haven't played this game in a while. How do I switch character? Okay, that's how I go. Alright. So yeah, we're just gonna talk about thoughts on Wadi. Very serious situation, because there's my initial thoughts on the thing was like, okay, he's like what, 27, she's 19, like that's obviously like a really weird like age gap, but at the same time it's also legal, so you can't really, you know, say that much about it other than like, hey, it's really weird. My thing was like, people had like a bigger issue with that than some of the like actual serious cases in the community, like the whole Nairo thing. So yeah, that's what I thought about. Like, obviously we can criticize the age gap for being weird, but from a legality standpoint there was nothing wrong. Then after, she comes out with a twit longer where she talks about how it was sort of like, I guess, like an emotionally abusive like kind of deal, because you also have to understand, when you're 19 and they're what, 27, like there's clearly like a practical gap between the two, because obviously she's completely like financially dependent on Wadi, also for like housing and stuff, so there's obviously that stuff. That's why these relationships rarely ever work out, and why you shouldn't like encourage them. Obviously there's nothing wrong with it from like a legal standpoint, but it's still not something that you want. Then there was the Squirk put out a twit longer, basically accusing him of like having a like sexual relationship when Wadi was 20 and he was 16. So yeah, that's the more serious allegation in my opinion. I think obviously both like are serious. I don't think you should just like ignore them or brush them under the rug, but the Squirk one is definitely worse and like more serious. Oh, this is so weird without the music. The text flashing on the screen. How do I skip the cutscene? This looks so good on the computer. Then when, like on the Wii, I played this on the Wii. It looks so bad. Do you think the Smash community will redeem itself? I don't know, we'll see. Like, honestly. It's just a matter of, do they want to like actually grow up, or do they want to stay like children? Oh, this is like the only level I would play on the Wii, Weapons Factory. Oh yeah, I'm bald. I thought it would help if I'm bald, to get people to listen to me. Okay, I need to get studs. Alright. Where are the baddies? They're over here. Oh no, you have to go across the bridge. Is Zero innocent of the Katie stuff? No clue. How do I switch to Anakin? Do I have to force? Yeah, I have to use the force. How do I use the force? What are the controls? You guys need to help me out. You guys need to help me out with the controls. How do I... Okay, so it's probably K or H. Then what's U? Let's try. Okay, it's K. One's being a bad partner, one's being a I wouldn't necessarily call it grooming, but it's still like you probably... It's borderline, alright? Because obviously 16 is like legal. Oh, I have to play like this. Okay. Oh, fuck. How do I... I'm about to die. I can't deflect all of those. Oh, so that's how you switch character. Let me jump on here. Gotta get these studs. Okay, how do I use this thing? I need an R2 unit. Alright, how do you play this game again? I completely forgot. I mean, if being bald works for Esam and Gimmer, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I made a tweet that was like, there are people who are more qualified in running this community, but since they aren't like a 30-year-old bald cave troll from Maryland. Okay, how do you pilot this thing? Oops. I need a controller. Mouse and keyboard's just too hard. Alright. Switch. Go to Luminar. Duds. Raw dog this. Is Spargo the best player in the world? No clue. I don't really follow ult, so I wouldn't know. I haven't really been following Melee. One of the things I wanted to talk about was grassroots Smash and the problem with grassroots. Because we're seeing a lot of these like bigger companies and like these bigger tournaments like Shine like completely falling apart. And it's like clearly something's wrong with the way we're running Smash right now, and nobody wants to like try to solve it. Let me just command these guys. So much easier to get around on foot. Get over here. Okay. Okay. Let's get over here. Thoughts on HBox? I think I'm not the biggest like crypto fan, but I think if he's gonna bring in more money for the community, that's a good thing. Obviously I'm not like a big crypto guy, but hey. Nairo's the face of Smash. I sure hope not. Thoughts on Star Wars? We need... Oh yeah, if Hacks ever goes live, please spam in his chat to watch Star Wars. Like, actual targeted harassment, get him to watch Star Wars. Yeah. The way the community's operating right now is the sort of, like, grassroots, like, self-made kind of... Like, now, obviously, we're kind of separate from it. We try to separate from Nintendo, like, a lot of the time. Like, a lot of these TOs just don't want to. Like, the Crimson Blur hates Nintendo, just doesn't want to work with them at all. They have, like, Hugs, who's, like, completely anti-Nintendo. Let me break these for studs. And it's like, we don't have enough money to sustain ourselves long-term on that business plan of just, like we'll do this ourselves, because it's harder, because without Nintendo on board, without like that license, without a license, getting sponsors on board is harder, which means less money to run these events, which mean they're not as sustainable. Yeah, like you say, Street Fighter 6 gets a $1 million prize pool. Is that for, oh wait, prize pool, or is that first place? Thought Nairo beat his case. Oh yeah, he only said he fucked a kid. Yeah, you totally beat his case, dude. Get more hair? Alright. Yeah, like, in order for us to, like, actually have a good community, like a functioning community, 2 million total? See, in order, like, we need developer support in order to, like, have a functioning community long term. Because obviously stuff like locals and stuff, like, that's not going to go away anytime soon. If you want to play at a local, you're always going to have a local available to play at. Those are the events that you can afford to operate at a grassroots level, where you're just kind of by the community for the community. Because, like, look at Shine. This year's Shine, if you guys don't know, this year's Shine, the Super Major, this is the last year for Shine, because it's just not sustainable and not worth the stress. That's another thing, is that running these events takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of staff. Aside from money, it's also just stressful, because if something goes wrong, you're going to be blamed for it by me, like when your security leaves. So, like, doesn't it make... Is there really any incentive if you're losing money on these? If your only reason to run these events... If your only reason to run these events is to... out of the good... just to help the community and support them because you love Smash, then what happens when you don't like the community anymore, when you're not happy with the running these events, when it's too stressful and it's not even profitable, so there's just no incentive. It's free volunteer work. That's what this grassroots that's what grassroots is at this point, just free volunteer work. And when there's no incentive, those people are just going to stop running events and leave. Oh no. Blowing you to smithereens. Faster. Look at me. What's more outdated? Nintendo's business practices? Here's the thing, Nintendo's business practices are outdated, but at this point, you know what's going to happen. That's the only problem with, like, this whole anti-Nintendo stuff, is that you know what they will and will not do at this rate. It's not like there's some gray area or some, like mixed signals or whatever. Like, you know very well, like, what they like, what they don't like. So, you can, like, you know they don't like mods. They know they want you to, for big commercialized events, they want you to get a license. So just do those things. Like, at this point, like, yeah, it's unfortunate when somebody gets their, like, channel struck or whatever, but you're not getting blindsided. You know going into it, like, what the risks are, and you decide to take them anyways, because, I don't know. I don't need to play on controller, because this is... I can't drive around in the speeder. Hold up. I have a controller around here somewhere. Right here. Yeah, this one should work. I just need to plug it in. Hold on, guys. Alright, let's see if this works. Is that a scar? No, that's a birthmark. It's the dot. But yeah, like, we know what Nintendo likes, we know what they don't like. So to act like you're getting... Okay, hold on. How do I pause? Okay. Options. Control setup. Yeah, I don't think this controller's gonna work. Let's just play on board. Yeah, you know what Nintendo's gonna do going into whatever you want to do. Like, you know they don't like mods, you know they want you to get licensed for commercial activity. But I can't drive straight, oh my god. So just do those, and you're good. Like, I don't get why it's... Like, is it unfortunate that we can't have stuff like UCF? Like, obviously I would want UCF. But... long term, it's more important to have a community that still exists. Rather than play like morally superior, just be like, yeah, we don't like Nintendo. Yeah, we don't need them. Yes, we do. Gimmer more like, give me my security back. Okay, so I saw a comment on your VGBC video that essentially says that what Alan did was egotistical, and the community was better off without Nintendo. Because they were able to manage to get That's the thing, it's harder to get sponsors without a license, without a commercial license. That's the big issue that Nintendo has, is because it's their IP. They have no issue with Smash events. Like, if you want to run, like, a local or, like, a decently sized Smash event unlicensed, they have no issue with that. Like, VGBC's been doing it forever. Their issue is highly commercialized stuff, like, especially a circuit. That's what they take issue with. Like, highly commercialized, events without a license, they don't like that. Because it's their IP, they want to do what they want. They want to control how their IP is used. But can these guys go away? God damn. I'm bad at this game. I need a... Let's buy some of you guys. Rocket troopers. Let's buy cannon. Oh, we need more studs. Yeah, what was I saying? I was saying something about sponsors, like circuit sponsors, circuit, whatever. It was like we need Nintendo to get sponsors, because Dr. Allen got $2 million worth of sponsorships in 5 months. That could have been used to help. Okay, I can't drive. That could have been used to help out events on the circuit. Just help out events in the community as well, because it's easier. Nintendo obviously wants to control how their IP is being used. So if you have, it literally says this on their site, by the way. It literally says on their site, like, hey, we have no issue with people using the like ways to monetize their IP, like using YouTube's monetization program. Like, they have no issue with that. But they have issues with, like, getting sponsors for, like, a big commercialized thing. At this point, it's just so obvious that to act like you're getting blindsided when that happens, it's just stupid. Let me just start thinking. We could start using the quads. I keep thinking of like that I'm like driving a car instead of like controlling a, because when I'm walking on the ground I have no issue driving. So I have to just think, okay, I'm just walking while I'm driving. Like there. Yeah, that screenshot Jafar, from Jafar, where Gimmer's like, that's a misconception. We had security at all times doing bag checks, except for like the last hour of the event. Like, is that normal for like security to just walk away like that? Is it normal, or is it? Because I feel like the onus should be on the TOs to extend the hours, and not the whatchamacallit, the security team themselves. Because you're the one that's going overtime. That's the thing, you're going overtime. So if you're going overtime and they're expected to stand guard for a set amount of time, does it not make sense that after that time is up that they leave? Like, there's a part of me that feels like that's reasonable for them to just leave once it's time, unless specified otherwise, or at the very least that it's not, the onus isn't on them to extend their work hours. As someone who's security one time, no, unless whoever hires you has someone to cover for, well then you should make that apparent to whoever you should make that apparent to whoever you employed. Be like, hey, we're going overtime, there's no one else besides you, could you stay? Because like because it's like midnight when this is happening, right? It's like 1 in the morning, and these people have lives that they want to get to, so they come in with the expectation we're only going to stay till like midnight, and then as it turns out, they're not. Okay, I probably shouldn't have spent my studs there. I feel like that was a mistake. What the zoo picture was. Yeah, like, it's also your job as a TO to make sure things are running smoothly so you don't go overtime in the first place. Or at least plan for going overtime anyways. Like, be ready to go overtime just in case. Just plan accordingly. That's the deal. Because there is no way that your security leaving the venue you're not responsible for that in some way, right? Like, I'm not crazy for thinking that. How do you beat Mega Man? Probably how you beat any other zoner. I don't play Ultimate, so I wouldn't know. Your voice sounds AI generated? Hey. It is what it is. Damn, I'm getting more viewers than Tech Live. I'm only human after all. Don't put the blame on. That's funny. Okay, shoot at the thing. Shoot at the thing! Damn, Anakin. Why are you this bald? Because, yo, what's up, Toy Bounty Hunters? I'm doing good. Why are you this bald? Because I thought, the community loves people like Gimmer, and he's bald. So I thought, if I was bald, people might listen to me. I don't know if it's working right now, but let's buy this tank, because we're gonna need that. What the? How did I jump all the way up in the air like that? Will I go boxing ring? I'm not sure. We'll see. Buy one of these. Jump. Oh, they're in our zone. We shoot these for studs. Would you box Gimmer for $1,000? I'd probably lose because I don't have any muscle. But that's also another thing that plays into like the Smash World Tour and all this other stuff, is that VGBC is like loved and revered by the community for no reason. Like even people like I was talking to were like, yo, why are you going after Gimmer, dude? They're like homies. They've done so much for me. And it's like, cool. Like that's cool. Oh. That's cool. Yeah, like I don't care if you're cool with them, because I'm not, and I'm not gonna pretend like I am. So when I'm trying to like ask questions about like what's going on with Smash World Tour, just basic stuff like security and whatnot. And they completely ghost me, all while at the same time they're responding to another guy who didn't even ask them questions, just pulled up to just gaslight the dude, be like, that's a misconception, we had security. Okay, what about you say that to the guy that's actually asking for a response, instead of, you know, ducking him, and then complaining about him at a local event. You know? Zero lives rent-free in there. Low-key, yeah. Because it's like, he's not part of the community, but people still, like, treat him as if he is. So when he makes a video about something, like, oh, new allegations in the Smash community, which was pretty funny, like, the memes people were making. But at the same time, there are people who are like seriously like, oh yeah, you need to die. We need to, like, I know, what's his name, Little Z was saying stuff. I think Rien was like, we should hire an assassin, which is really funny, because Rien's stupid. But like at the same time, you don't have to watch the content. You don't have to listen to him. He doesn't have like pull in the community anymore. And it just goes to show like people just don't like Zero. Oh, okay. Why are we playing Lego though? Because why not? Okay, how do we solve this? So this. That's a gold, but it's ray shielded. Ray shielded. By this. So let's turn this off. Low-key Smash kind of set. Yeah, that's what's unfortunate. Okay, I'm not gonna switch it. Ignore this. I'm too lazy to use the clones. Just gonna go here. Switch to Anakin. It's just like shielded. But it's like people. Like, if you don't like Zero, don't watch the content. I don't watch Zero. It's like people want to say, oh, we gotta keep him out the community, but it's like you bringing him up whenever he uploads and talks about Smash is kind of like kind of keeping him in the community. Like, you are, by mentioning him, by bringing him up and being like, yeah, Zero bad, like, you are keeping him in the community. Inherently. Like, you are the reason why. I don't know, it just feels weird. Okay, where's... We need the tank with the big... that thing. Okay. Yes. No. No, they blew it up. Okay. more studs. Let's build up our... Well, there we go. What did Zero do now? He made a video talking about the Wadi allegations, and people were like, oh, he's a hypocrite. Which, they're right, but at the same time, it's like, if you don't care, like, if he's not part of the community, then why even, like, talk about it, you know? Like, if you don't like him, don't watch the content. I don't watch his content, and that's just kind of it. Bring up people you want gone is like summoning Freddy Krueger. Yeah, it's just like, there's no point. If you don't... There's no way you care that much about him making Smash content, while also not caring about Nairo doing the exact same thing. Oh yeah, also the same Sora video probably played a part in it. What's this? Yep, this is it. Get out the way. Okay, go this way. No, 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 no. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Melt it, melt it, melt it. Nice. Is this Clone Wars? Yeah. But yeah, like, Nairo will make content with people in the Smash community, and no one will bring up how, like, no one will call that out. That's, like, completely fine and normal. It's weird with Charlie. Like, Charlie, Moist Esports, one of his players is Light. Light is best friends with Nairo, is in his chat, like, every other day. Was featured in a documentary episode with the two of them just sitting down and talking. They're, like, in each other's content. And that's okay, but the second Zero makes a video, the entire community just, like, goes crazy. It's like, if you're gonna go crazy for Zero, you need to go harder than hard for Nairo. You know? Oh, let me get an ATT. Any updates on Leffing getting exposed more soon? Like a month and a half, I'd say, expected ETA. I just need to wait for some stuff to get cleared. I know Tech's probably gonna make a video soon, so stay tuned for that. I might be in it, you never know. But yeah. It's like, how can... I just... If I had a esports org, right? And one of my players that I pay, that I have signed to it, is collaborating with a statutory rapist on YouTube and on Metafy. If you guys don't know about the Metafy stuff, basically Metafy, just like this past month or 2 months, around the same time I uploaded the Smash World Tour vid, the CEO, Josh Fabian, revealed that they were making a documentary series about some of the best sets in ult history, and one of them was Light versus Nairo. So it's like, okay, Moist Esports has a player signed to them, Light, who is, like, best friends with Nairo, who's in his chat every other day, who's collaborating with him on content, on the documentary with Metafy. And it's like, why would I want to keep that guy around without at least talk to the dude? At least be like, hey, don't do this. We don't want you to do this. It's just wild how Charlie will just ignore that stuff. When it's happening in his org, it's one of his players. And Jafor is one of his graphic designers, but he's not going to say anything when, like, Jafor posts a screenshot like, hey, look, VGBC lied, basically. Yeah, there's no response. You and Tech friends? Yeah, Tech's my mommy. Pax is my daddy. And Leffen's the baby. I need more studs. I'm just gonna get up to 50. I think I need 50k, right? I need 50k for the ATT, and then I can just cleave through the rest of this. So the ATT is like almost impossible to damage. Like the AI just doesn't know how to deal with it. What's your favorite soda? Water. Probably Fanta. Water. Yeah, probably Fanta. Ginger ale's nice. You ever get a nice... I might actually get a ginger ale. The air support. ATT. Let's go. I don't think he has a take. I don't think he's talked about it. But I think he should, because... when one of your players is collaborating with him constantly and his best friends, I think you have a duty to say something and be like, yeah, this guy who's like on our team that's collaborating with a statutory rapist, and yeah, you don't support that. Get out the way. Get out the way. Why do your lips not move when you speak? It's just how it is. Okay, so once we destroy the ray shield, we can kind of just destroy everything else. Alright, let's just destroy what we can with this. I think with enough outside pressure, like if Charlie starts like actually... Like, Charlie and Ludwig, I feel, own most of the stake when it comes to, like, opinions in Smash, because they also influence, like, the public perception outside of the community. So I feel like with that, and just having just a massive presence, like, talking about this stuff, that would be big. Alright. Blow this up. Let me just destroy everything I can. Because, like, the things that could melt the gold blocks, those things are really vulnerable. So I need to destroy everything before I can use them. Is there a... Hold on. Okay, we're good. Never mind. Yeah, that's the thing about Charlie. I feel like if somebody put this in front of him and said like, hey, talk about this, he would. And I feel like he would agree with what I'm saying. But we have to put it in front of him. That's the hard part. So a couple weeks ago, a big stinky invasion happened in the Smash community. Yeah, that's what we need. It's just once he like addresses it, all the dominoes would fall into place. Because like Ludwig would piggyback off of his opinion, and then everybody would piggyback off of theirs, and then it would just become like it would just control the narrative at that point. Let's go this way. Controlling this feels so weird. Yeah, I tried adding him on Twitter, and he just didn't respond. I even mentioned him in my newest video. The problem with his videos is that they're like super. Okay, aim here. Is that they're super like surface level, and there's not much effort being like put into them, I feel. Charlie, yeah, like critical, yeah. Okay, please, let me just hit the switch. Yeah, a lot of it's really like, no, Light, one of the players on Moist Esports, is like best friends with Nairo. Not Charlie himself. I don't think Charlie pays attention to this kind of stuff. I think also, if the, there were like the gamer allegations that came up with after the Wadi stuff. If that has any sort of like merit to it, that would be huge in tearing down like VGPC. Like obviously if they're false, then we shouldn't push false allegations. Okay, aim! Anakin! Holy moly. Aim! There we go. There we go. What do we need? So we got 1 gold there. There's a ray shield somewhere over here. Yeah, there's a gold here. There's a gold there. So we need to melt the gold. Let's get some studs. Okay, very good. Let's go over here. Now using this will be so much easier, because there's just nothing to shoot at us. Oh, we reached True Jedi, let's go. I'm so good at this game. Let's melt this. Melt this. After we finish this level, we'll read Calster. Calster posted something. The argument for wobbling unban. I saw a taste of it. It was really good. Such a good document, so we're gonna read it. Hey, move! Move! It's like stuck. God, move! We're stuck. Smash community culture plus Nintendo policies. It's not even Nintendo's policies. It's literally just that they don't want to follow them. And then when they get punished, or when Nintendo does something like, okay, fine, they're like, oh, what? Oh my god! Can't believe they would do something like this. Like, at this point, you can't be playing stupid at this point. Okay, Anakin, aim! Aim! There we go. This is the part where we go inside. What's with commentary and Zero? They're just upset because Tech, daddied them. It's not even necessarily that they did the right thing. It's mainly just like, you knew this would happen, so there's not really anyone else to blame but yourself. Goodness. I'm gonna just say, this game looks so good on PC compared to the Wii. Block. We do here. We use the Force. Hipster broke the truce. No one cares about the truce. It's literally just like the 5 IQ commentary guys like, oh my god, they broke the truce. They broke the truce. No one cares about the. Like, I guarantee you, Tech just does not care about. Oh, there we go. So how do I use the Force? Okay, okay. Go up here. Like, there we go. Bro, let's play Fortnite. It's not Fortnite Friday, though. Once we reach Fortnite Friday, we can Fortnite. Okay, there we go. Oh, Sus Sunday. We'll have Fortnite Friday, Mario Kart Saturday, Sus Sunday. How does that sound? How do I slash this part? Where's the other block? Up here. The Triforce. Oh no. Bad guys. Is that all of them? Okay. Five Guys is the best burger joint, of course. Still think it's odd how involved BTS were. It was no secret BTS hugged mad trash on VG when they were talking. Yeah, there definitely was some like blood between them. It's like BTS completely ran through VG. Especially in 2019. Like, all the major tournaments were siding with BTS. And now look at where BTS is now. This is what I mean by grassroots doesn't work. There needs to be, like, a source of money in the community. What do I do here? Yo, what's up, Sam the Bag Man? I can build something. Okay, yeah, they run a company together, right? Oh, Slug? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he like pseudo-retired. But he was a beast. I'm pretty sure he was top 10 in the world at some point. Which Lego Star Wars is this? This is 3 Clone Wars. Project M? I don't know if I want to play that on stream. I don't want to get a strike. Let me get the hearts. Let me get the hearts. I don't want to lose any studs. No. What do we do here? Oh, you need to get like slashed in half. Then we need to use this to do the thing. There we go. I feel like we have to use you again. What do we do here? Chat, what do I do? What do I do? Oh, here we go. Yeah, this looks so much better on computer. On the Wii. Like, I played it on the Wii. And it just looks so much better. Is there anything else I need to do? Maybe go over here. How do I get into this big thing? You turn on the dial. Get these studs. What do we do here? Bro. I got his head back. How do we blow this up? Oh, attack the side. Okay. Side here. What else do I attack? What do I do? Oh, attack up here. There we go. Blow this up. There we go. Dressing up for Furry Friday. I actually got a fursuit back there because I need to film a couple skits for this next video. Or it might not be the next video, but an upcoming video. Attack the weak points for massive damage. You find it likely that Charlie knows about text videos on Zero Left? I don't know. 'Cause I feel like he just doesn't pay attention to anything in this community. So there's that. The furries guy. No, I'm not wearing the fursuit. Okay, I have it because I bought it, but I'm not the one wearing it. Okay. Okay, let's get that straight. Let's get it straight. Continue storing. Sure. Right, I'm telling you. Hey, what's up, franchise? Hey, what's up, dude? Alright. Let's read Calster's document. Likely story? Listen. Listen, man. Furry Fortnite. Damn. Exit to Windows. Let me open up Calster's document. In Melee. Okay, what? The whole PDF. Why'd you make it a PDF, Calster? Let's add source. Window capture. Okay. Let's go. Okay, go beneath. Okay, there we go. Alright. Let's read this. Let's go full screen. How do I full screen? Am I not able to full screen the PDF? Whatever. Alright. Why wobbling should be unbanned by It's Calster. Super Smash Bros. Melee is a video game that many people, including people like Eseb. Oh yes, Eseb has played Melee. He's a Samus. Have played. Melee is considered one of the most technical games in the Smash franchise. Yo, that's me! That's me! He put me in the document. He put me in the... You see that? That's me. Franchise. Many characters like Fox and Falco require some sort of practice to achieve top-level play. Mostly due to techniques like wave dashing, L canceling, etc. However, there is one technique exclusive to the Ice Climbers character known as wobbling. Wobbling occurs when you grab with Popo and continuously pummel with Nana to keep the opponent in the grab state. This was considered too overpowering, and from 2019 to 2020, many big tournaments like Pound 2020... See, Gimmer. Why'd you have to do it? Why'd you have to do it? Why'd you have to ban wobbling at Pound? And the entirety of Smash World Tour. Again, Gimmer! This is Gimmer's fault. Gimmer banned wobbling. I was an Icy's main, and he nerfed my character. This is just retribution when I make these videos. Unbelievable. Lack of security aside, I think that the wobbling ban was unjustified and should be recanted. Here's some reasons why. Reason 1, don't get grabbed, idiot. Wobbling is very dependent on the ice climbers grabbing you. So to counteract this, just don't get grabbed. If you look at the hitboxes below you, below, you will see the grab hitboxes for both Popo and Nana. This hitbox is roughly around the size of its head. And if you look at the image of Ices on Final Destination, one of the most popular stages competitively, actually it's not really, because like in a best of 3 it gets banned all the time, because it's polarizing, but whatever. You will see that the Ices heads are small. So in concept, your chances of getting grabbed are as low as your dad coming home with the milk. However, they can land grabs quite frequently, and there can only be one reason why this happens. Your dumbass keeps walking up to them and giving them the opportunity to grab you, so don't do that. That's it. Reason 2, I like wobbling. This is a very important factor in my opinion. I always like pissing off people by making sure they can't play this silly kids game. These grown men have great reactions, like throwing their controller, swearing like a sailor, and telling me something along the lines of my life being as valuable as a summer ant. You should kill yourself now. I don't like it at all. So wobbling should be unbanned. Oh, I skipped a sentence. Since wobbling has been banned, people have started to be very cordial when playing against me, and I don't like it at all. So wobbling should be unbanned because of that too. Reason 3, wobbling makes the game funnier. What are we thinking thus far? This is well made. Gamer needs to see this. Oh, in Minecraft? Yeah, in Minecraft, guys. In Minecraft. That wasn't even directed towards anyone. This could possibly have been combined with the last reason, but I don't care. Wobbling is very funny every single time I see a top player on the verge of tears because 2 children from a party game is keeping them from playing said party game. I laugh my ass off. I think it's important that we can laugh at people for being so butthurt at a pair of kids, especially top Smash players. They need to stop being comfortable around them. Alright, reason number 4. I hate Fox. Damn. This is my new main. Fox is widely considered the best character in Melee, and I don't like that. Considering that it's important that you can only play like 4 characters in Melee. This is not... I don't get where Melee gets the stigma from. But there are a minimum, like 9 or 10 viable characters at tippity top world class level. I don't get where there's only 2 or 3 viable characters come from. There's like 9. Alright, in terms of characters who have won events, like in the past few years, like one tournament, so we know they're viable, like top level tournaments, not just any. There's a statistic that says Fox wins 20% of all majors, and Falco and Sheik combined win another 25%. Okay, but how many does Marth win? Because Zane wins a ton of them, and then Amsa won 3 last year, and then you also have to factor in like Falcon. Like the reason Falcon didn't win anything last year is because Wizzy didn't play. That's the only reason. Then Peach, obviously, Lod, Armada obviously had his run when he played, but Lod was very dominant last year. He didn't win anything, but he was like consistently like top 8ing at events he attended. He got like top 3, I think, at SmashCon. So Peach obviously is viable. Jigglypuff obviously is viable because of HBox. Yeah, there's just a ton of characters. Like if Yoshi can win 3 majors, there's no excuse as to why like Peach. But in Ultimate, Rob has the... Yeah, that's fair. I agree. Obviously, Ultimate, I think, does characters and viability probably better than Melee. But to say like there's only 3 or 4 viable characters, I don't know. It always irks me. It always irks me. I hate the fact that this dude. It's not a dog. It's a fox. What do you mean dog? It's a space animal. Dumb idiot only spams Shine and tries to mug me on a daily basis, and apparently it's not possible to get a restraining order on a children's party video game character. However, if I could wobble the foxes, they would be afraid of me. I would never get mugged again. Unfortunately, the wussy top players that hate fun decided that I should get mugged by banning wobbling. That's another reason why wobbling should be unbanned. Alright, where's the... Oh, this part. This is my favorite part. The correlation between wobbling's ban and pedophilia. This is arguably the best point I made in this document. I've noticed that since wobbling's ban, there have quite a lot of Yeah, you missed a bin. Come on, Calster. There have been quite a lot of pedophile allegations in the Smash community. I have put together this graph to show what I mean. If you notice, it looks like a supply and demand chart. This is important because if there are children wobbling, all of the grown adults will hate them. That's true. That is true. However, with wobbling banned, these adults are, well, you know. So this basically proves that more people wobbling, the less demand there is for children. Thus, wobbling should be unbanned. Yeah, that's the best part of Rangabank. It's mathematically accurate. Like 2019, you have Ally and Zach, and then 2020, and then it just gets worse. I love this. Link, it's in my Discord server in the Melee section, which you can join in the description. Yeah, this is true. Yo, Callister, this is the most correct thing, like, just mathematically. Like, over time, this is the best part. Wobbling usage pedophiles. Conclusion. In conclusion, wobbling is an essential part of Super Smash Bros. Melee and the Smash community as a whole, so it should be unbanned. It has been proven to stop muggings and child predators, and it also is not as big of a problem as the top players want you to think. That's actually true. I feel like wobbling's not that big of a deal, or it wasn't. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Unless you're a Gimmer, you should unblock me on Twitter. I agree. Gimmer, unblock Callister. You gotta do it, man. Yeah, this graph. This is, yeah, one of the most important scientific findings of our generation. Of course. Thoughts on where the community is currently heading right now? We know it's nosediving, but how long until everything has been fully disintegrated? Here's the thing, like grassroots, like at a local level, those will never die. Those will never die. You can run locals out of someone's garage, like those won't die. In terms of Smash as an esport, like it's always gonna be popular, but without money, it's not sustainable. Didn't people get mad? It actually wasn't Leffen. It was like people like Zane, Plup, Axe. Those guys were the ones mainly, I feel, that influenced the wobbling discussion. I clicked off of the tab for a while and came back to this. What? Yeah. This... Yeah, just look at Wadi. He went to almost no majors, but still fell. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, somebody should screenshot this stream with like this picture of reason number 5, the correlation, and then the title discussing the current state of the Smash community, and just post it on Twitter. It's so good. Yeah, what game should we stream tomorrow? Because I kind of like these where I can just play a game and like just talk to you guys, just discuss what's been going on. Because in the golden years it was pretty much for, yeah, I could, but the metagame's so like much more developed than back then. Like since then we saw Falcon win a major. We saw Pikachu win Summit. Um, yeah. And even back then, I'd say there were more than like 4 characters, because Fox, Falco, Marth, Peach, because Armada, and Puff. That's like, those were the 5 gods. And then Mewtwo King played Sheik, so that's a 6th. What games you got? Smash. Fox, Marth, Falco, Puff. I mean Peach as well, because Armada. Star Wars Squadrons. I have to install the game. I still have to install the game. Play you an ult for the lulz? Yeah, I could play ult tomorrow. I finally got my Switch. Armada quit? Yeah, but during the whatchamacallit, like what you said, the golden age of Smash, that was when Armada was playing. And then by the time Armada quit, that's when like Pikachu won, Falcon won, so it's like that's when the metagame started taking off. Hey, what's up, OG kid? Star Wars Squadrons? Dude, alright, I'll install it, I'll play it, I'll see how it is. Hot take, Armada would be unable to compete in the current meta even if he didn't retire. I don't think so. Zane's number 1 right now. Yeah, I think he's number 1. And he's number 1 with Marth. So it's like, yeah, Armada just kind of gate-kept Melee, because he didn't lose to a single person outside the top 6, besides like Swedish Delight at EVO, and then like Silent Spectre in 2012, which is pretty insane that for that many years you could just be that consistent, that dominant. Because if you weren't literally Mango, Hungrybox, Mewtwo King, PP, Leffen, or Plup, you probably weren't beating Armada. Wait, the Smash community, when they accused SNK paying their way into being a top game at EVO, didn't Melee basically do that by like through a fundraiser or like a charity? Oh yeah, Mango. Here's the thing about Mango, and I haven't looked too deep into this, like the numbers and stuff and the stats over the years. I don't get how Mango's the GOAT, like based off of actual empirical data. Like in terms of like the vibes and like iconic moments and being a legend, like I get that. But in terms of like, I'd put Armada and HBox over Mango. In terms of greatest of all time. Like Mango, I put both of them over Mango. I don't think she stabbed anyone. I think she tried to, but I don't think she actually stabbed anyone. Yeah, he was number 1, but he just kind of fell off last year. But he picked it up by the end of the year and became the Mango we know. Like, he lost to Fizzwiggle. And no disrespect to Fizzwiggle, but like I didn't know who that guy was until I find out like on Twitter, oh my god, Fizzwiggle beat Mango, and I'm like, who's Fizzwiggle? So it's like there's that. Like Mango has the goo goo gaga mentality. I think it's amazing that throughout his career he was sort of the wild guy who had a more organic, natural understanding of the game compared to a guy. Yeah, that's something cool. But yeah, the community just props up Mango just for like being this cool guy. And it's like if you don't do the same thing, it's like somehow like you're lame. like when Lemon made the HBox doc, people were like the Melee community was upset that the HBox doc didn't feature enough mango, or like painted mango as like, let me actually pull that up, because he said stuff like Mango's god status was in question in 2018, and people were, oh, Sika, what's up, dude? Is this document oh no, I'm a it's pretty accurate. Oh, it's like actually pretty accurate. It's like, you look at the allegations, they happen like mid 2019 and then they peak in 2020. I guess they kind of go up over time because there's like more stuff coming out, and then wobbling just like nosedives. So it is pretty accurate, and it's pretty sus. I think we need to unban wobbling. But yeah, like the Lemon HBox video, like I thought it was a great video. I think it was cool to see somebody like a large creator outside of Smash like do something and like prop up the community in this way. And it was just, it's like, I don't get how the community, like obviously somebody outside of the community is gonna have a different lens than somebody who's like in the community, like, and involved with stuff, but even then it wasn't that like inaccurate. Like when he says Mango's god status was in question in 2018, that's not wrong. Mango was selling. Mango was straight selling in 2018. Like obviously he came back in 2019, but like he didn't win a single tournament in 2018. There's no way you can be considered like, well, at the same time, HBox is winning everything. Like there's no way you can be considered like on that level anymore. When you have Armada dominating, Leffen wins Evo and he's playing well, and then HBox is winning seemingly everything. Even Mewtwo King won a summit. Mewtwo King at the end of his career, when he was like, there's no way you can be considered like, there's no way that Lemon saying that Mango's god status is in question, there's no way that's like inaccurate, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, the crab mentality. That was a huge part. And it's really ironic how someone threw a crab at HBox, because that really represents like the community. Because like anytime somebody gets to succeed, it's like, nope, we have to bring them down. We have to just drag them back into the bucket. If we can't win, nobody can win. That's how VGBC acts. That's how the community acted with HBox. Yeah, it's funny because HBox cares more about the community than Mango, yet he's hated more by the community. Yeah, exactly. It's just because Mango's like the GOAT, and he's super cool, and he does all this cool stuff, and he presses buttons well, and he won the first Evo, and the second Evo. First Smash, that is. It's like, this is no like disrespect to Mango, but it's just, I don't get why people put him on that high of a pedestal where they're like, oh, he's the GOAT or whatever. It's like he's like third. You hear what Cosmo said about Alan in the Lights Out podcast? Could you link that? Actually, we could watch that. Yeah, I kind of wish Armada like came back just to be a part of the community. That would be cool. Just having more people is just having more figures that are interesting. Just give a like more diverse group of ideas, because I feel like there's just kind of like a clique at the top that all share the same opinions because they're all friends, and it just kind of ruins everything. Because I feel like there are people with better ideas who are more qualified to be like leaders in the community, but because they're not, as I said, like a bald cave troll from Maryland, they don't really have a say. All right, let me close this tab. Yeah, let's close the graph for now. Let's see. It's out podcast. Visu. Okay, I think I found the video.
Like, probably like
Okay.
and
Okay, how do I select this tab? All right. Let me turn off the music for a second.
and it's like there's like a lot of players that like are unsponsored right now, but like either one of them is like they're like top players and they only like mainly focus on like competition and being a top player, or they're like only content creators or like focused mainly on content creation. And I'm like probably like the perfect balance you can find in between both of those.
Wait, which okay, but like it's agreed like content creation definitely has the longevity, right?
Yeah.
Like I mean, there's some players who are transcendent in multiple games, like Leo or whatever. But like the majority of these kids need to realize, like, build your brand up, bro. If you're gonna stay in this space, you gotta have a brand. It ain't just about tournaments, cause ain't no damn.
Let me find it.
Or something, and then I was like, it was at Big House. I talked to Alan. Big House was the tournament that I won, but right before I won, this was like when I qualified for a top 32, like losing 0 games or something. He like took me outside the venue and was like, "Cobbles, we'll give you a raise to 1,500 for if you sign a 2-year contract." So basically, throughout, I signed that, and then I won Big House right after that. So basically, throughout all of my contract on Panda through Ultimate, I was with them for 1,500, and it's like for like we knew that Ultimate was gonna be very big, but we couldn't like really predict how big the boom was gonna be at the beginning of the game, right. Or at least I couldn't. So no, yeah, I was like 1,500 for like Smash 4 right now. This was like Big House. It was like October. Smash Ultimate was going to come out like 3 months later. So I was still in like Smash 4 phase. And back then, Smash 4 was like, there was like this dark aroma just covering everything around it. It was dark. Everybody hated the game. Bayonetta was quite literally killing the game. So when I was getting 1,500, I was, so I was extremely satisfied with that. And then
Where's the who's the one that said like someone posted in my chat like that he said something about Alan. I'm just trying to find it. If you're still here, you could post a link. That would be helpful.
Point, Alan was like, well, actually, I feel like we are actually overpaying because actually I talked to some other teams and I asked them if they would pay you as much as we are paying you now, and all of them said absolutely not. And I was just like, all right, well, I'm absolutely teams, getting the fuck out. Yeah, never named a single team. What he said, he just said, I talked to other teams and none of them would pay you as much as we are now. So that's what happened. After that, I was like, yeah, get me the fuck out of here. So
what a heartless thing to say, bro.
I got the fuck out of there. And yeah, that's why, like, at first, I'll say at first, whenever everything was dropping about, like, Panda and Alan, everybody was, like, shitting on him, which I feel like most of the, like, trash talk of him was still, like, unwarranted because I have no bad blood towards Alan. Whenever like there was a lot of like stuff about him like strong arming people, I was like, honestly, I'm not surprised because like I feel like I dealt with this 3 years ago behind the scenes when nobody even knew about it.
Yeah, the only difference is that you kept it to yourself.
Yep, because like there's no like I knew that whatever he said was pure cap, and then it was proven to be true when I got another team like a year later.
I stand by the fact that separating like
here's the thing, if Alan is telling the truth there and that he was actually overpaying for Cosmos, I don't think that's like I don't know, because he's saying like, okay, I talked to some teams and they said that they wouldn't pay you as much as we're paying you now. I don't know. I feel like what E's saying here about like separating Alan the person, the businessman. Let's see. That's what it says here.
Alan the person and Alan the businessman is the best way to approach him. Because Alan as a person, I thought was cool. He's a cool dude. Like I'm not even gonna cap on that. Alan as a businessman clearly had some interesting.
I think that's enough. See, I feel like I don't know. I feel like Alan had like good intentions. I feel like what he wanted to accomplish was like a noble thing. The way he went about doing it is where he went wrong. Because I think an Alan-led community is better than what we have right now. With the that's what Alan, the lack of Riz, man. That's what I said in my video. Alan just lacked Riz. Like he had an idea that I agreed with, and he just didn't go about it in the best way possible. Like he could have done it in just a much better way. Yeah, because I don't think him saying like we're overpaying you right now or whatever he said, like I talked to other teams and they wouldn't pay you what we're paying you. I don't think that's some like terrible thing to say. I don't think that's some like absurd thing. I don't see that as like a threat or like a like I could see why people would take that like as a threat or whatever, but like it's if it's true, then that's just the reality of the situation. Like saying, yeah, Nintendo was gonna come in and like ruin your broadcasting rights. I don't think that's not a threat. That's just the reality of the situation. Yeah, he's just very blunt. I don't see it as malicious. Yeah, it's not a nice thing to say. It's not a great thing, but it's just business. Like obviously if Cosmos didn't like it, Cosmos didn't like it. It's not like we could really control what he says. Like control what he thinks about what's being said. Same thing with all the TOs who felt threatened. Like you can't say, no, you weren't being threatened, stop feeling threatened. If they felt a certain way, you can't just say like no. At the same time, I don't think Alan is like a bad dude. You know, what I was saying like an hour ago about like grassroots. Like this is why grassroots needs to die. Like at the major level. Like obviously locals are fine. Locals are good, not even fine. They're good. That's how you like build up the community at a lower level. But for these big, massive tournaments, running them at a grassroots level just does not work. That's why Genesis is licensed like year in and year out. I'm not sure if they were licensed this year, but they were licensed last year. They've historically been a licensed tournament. All the events last year, basically all the major events last year were licensed. Shine was licensed, Riptide was licensed, Big House was licensed, and on the Panda Cup. CEO was licensed on the Panda Cup. Gommel was licensed on the Panda Cup. Um, both LTCs were licensed. Lost Tech City was on the Panda Cup. So yeah, there's a reason why these events get licensed, because they need the money. And then look what's gonna happen to Shine this year. It's just not profitable. It's not sustainable to stay on like a grassroots based like system for this big of an esport. Smash is just too big for that. Yeah, Smash can't continue like this. Because what's happening right now, this is why the stuff like the GBD and the global ban database and the code of conduct panel collapsed. Because at some point you realize like this is just free volunteer work with no incentive. Like there's no profit, it's not sustainable, there's no money in it, and it's very stressful work for no incentive, and you're only doing it because you love the community. So what happens when you say, you know what, I'm done with this. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't care anymore. I'm done. Then guess what? We don't have a conduct panel. We don't have a global ban database. We don't have Shine. We don't have BTS. Or BTS probably just ran out of money, but that's similar. Like if there's no money involved, like if there's not enough money involved, if you can't get that Nintendo license and get sponsors on board, like Alan was able to, look what happens. Like Alan predicted this. That's probably why he was so like passionate, so like that's probably why he lacked Riz. Because he predicted that this would happen, that this was on a downwards trend. But Panda was able to, because they were partnered with Nintendo, they were able to, like, they were in like the eye of the storm. So you're telling, yeah, exactly. It's just free labor for no reason. Why is he bald? Um, I want to be more like Gimmer. I thought people would like me more. Yeah. Yeah, it's just kind of sad where the community's going at this point, but the community's doing it to themselves. Like I can't. Yeah, the community's just doing it to themselves at this point. Because if they don't want to work with, sorry, if they don't want to work with Nintendo, if they don't want to get the licensing, if they don't want to get the money, the sponsors, they don't want to do that because they want to be grassroots. Like Genesis makes like over 350K a year. Or something like that. I know that's what Blur said on one of his streams, like when he was reacting to the Dr. Allen document. He mentioned how Dr. Allen offered them 350,000, I think, yeah, $350,000 to buy Genesis while Bobak was in chat, and Blur was like, "Don't you guys make more than that?" And Bobak was like, "Yeah." So he makes more than $350,000
Come on!
off of his events. And they're licensed. That's why. They're licensed, they're able to make the money, they're able to be sustainable and like run long term. Dr. Allen, the surgeon? Yeah, he's a doctor. Oh, are you referencing the meme that's like been going around? I don't really pay attention to that. The idea of a man with a medical degree wanting wanting a hostile takeover of a kid's game community is hilarious, yeah. And the funny thing is like people, this is like one of the biggest misconceptions from like both sides. Alan didn't want to buy up like broadcasting rights, because if you look at the events that did sign on to the Panda Cup, they were still like streaming with BTS, VGPC. They didn't buy the broadcasting rights. They just wanted to do like a side stream. And you can see in the emails Dr. Allen sent, like he didn't want to, there was a smaller package where the tournaments could keep their broadcasting rights. Oh, let me turn the music back on. Have you talked about Wadi yet? Yeah, we did at the beginning. It's a very, very unfortunate situation. Because like at best, like it's what, like 19, 16, 20, and 17? Like at best. And that's like a specific timeline, like a specific part of 2016 when this happens. So it's most likely 20 and 16 is when this happened. Likely sexual stuff going on. It's just not. Like, I'm not sure about the legality. Like, it's probably legal, but it's like you shouldn't. When you have this plus the other thing, when you're 27 with a 19-year-old, it's like you clearly you clearly like them young. Let me put it that way. To be honest, if you were one of the reps, no, I would not want to be associated with the Smash community. Saw no real. I mean, Squirk had like the DMs. Like obviously the DMs aren't like concrete, like this happened proof, but I'm more willing to believe Squirk than Wadi at this point. Like obviously Wadi's responded to the Juno claims. Wadi still needs to respond to the Squirk stuff, and if he's gonna just delete his Twitter, then I'm kind of leaning more towards Squirk. Where's the Nairo 30-page document? Yeah, exactly. Why did I say yeah, exactly? As if that had to do with what I was talking about. But yeah, where is that document? I want to see it. I don't get why the Smash community still doesn't have separate brackets for minors and adult. That won't work. Because these don't happen at the tournaments. They usually happen like after. Especially like they don't happen at the major tournaments. So that's not really gonna do anything. Like separating the brackets, but they're still allowed at the tournaments, isn't gonna change anything. Yeah, exactly, Orangabang. Like there's nothing in that. If Nairo's saying like I was blackmailed into doing it again, that's not a defense for statutory rape. So I don't know what in that document would exonerate him if he's also alleging that in his public statement. Oh my god, the thumbnail. I have hair in the thumbnail. Yeah, I don't have hair. Yeah, it'll grow back eventually. I'll get the full afro. Thanks for the content, Krillin. Mr. Johnson, can I have your autograph? Of course. Of course, dude. So Nairo can... Well, if he's saying he had sex with a kid, then yeah, that's just statutory rape. If he's saying he was blackmailed into doing it, yeah, that's statutory rape. So I don't get what the document would do. It just has to be a bunch of screenshots or whatever. Because notice how the only people vouching for it are literally his ride or die best friends. They're not like impartial people that don't know him. It's like his homies. It's literally just, we investigated him. Like, I investigated myself and I found I did nothing wrong. That's what he did. Guys, audience is all kids too. Not only is his audience kids, but like all the top players will collaborate with him. Like Nairo, yeah, of course Nairo collaborates with Nairo. Void, Light, Cosmos, they'll all play with him. But God forbid Zero makes a video. It's like, if you hold the standard for both of them, either they both can make content and collab with people in the community and do whatever they want, but they just can't go to events, or we just dunk on them whenever they breathe. Because there's no way you can tell me that like what Nairo did is somehow not as bad as Zero. So if you're gonna hold that standard for Zero, Nairo did like took the exact same course of action as Zero, except in a way more like what's the word? Behind closed doors way. Riddles, Mars, Void, Light, Proto, collab. Yeah, it's like, why are all of them? They're all able to just do whatever they want with Nairo, and no one has an issue with it? Like, why does Nairo not get dunked on every 5 seconds on Twitter? When Zero uploads a video about Smash, it like trends on Twitter. Oh yeah, Samsora competing. That's something we have to talk about. Yeah, he should not be competing. Like, people's argument is, well, we didn't ban Tweak, so let's unban Samsora. So then ban Tweak. Ban Tweak. Let me tweet out ban Tweak. I don't want people to be like, oh, you're a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite. There. It's more than just not talking. Like, he straight up, like, he knew about basically every interaction. Obviously, I don't think Tweak is like as bad as Samsora, but like Samsora was part of the cover-up. He knew about basically every relationship, at least 2 of them, like multiple adult-child relationships, said and did nothing about any of them, knew what he was doing was wrong. So it's just like, yeah, Tweak did warn Zach, like, don't go to his room. So there's at least something there where but even then, like, there's a clear difference between kinda knowing about one incident. Well, not even kinda knowing, because Tweak himself said Nairo told him, like, don't tell anyone. And again, also, if you don't have, like, definitive evidence, so I can understand, but at the very least, like, report it, like, tip it off to someone. Whereas Samsora literally knew about everything and was part of the cover-up. And we have a DM of him knowing that it's wrong and just straight up admitting to it. Yeah, Nairo told Tweak, like, the way Tweak phrased it in his tweet longer was like, Nairo knew that I knew, and he told me not to tell anyone, or something like that. Yeah, and Lima, and Tamim. All of them should be banned. For however long they deem is necessary, then so be it. But Samsora should not be unbanned because you forgot to ban other people who should have been banned. This is not how a functioning community would work. And you could make the argument that, like, actually EE made a video about this. Like, you could make the Where is it? What's this at times 2?
You know, guys, I gotta admit, I thought this past weekend would be a pretty relatively quiet weekend for Smash. I couldn't really recall any big tournaments that were taking place, anything that was gonna kind of captivate me and catch my eye until I realized that this tournament happening in Florida. It was like a Florida one-day regional type event. It was pretty stacked as well, as you can see, honestly, by the seating over here. So let's go ahead and take a quick look before we really jump into the crux of what this video is about. So you got Salt One, aka Cola, you got Zamba, Anathema, Goblin, and then right here.
Okay, this is really funny. This is like incredibly funny, because how are you going to be one of the most iconic players in old history and still be seated below Samsora? I was ESAM seated 10th, but Samsora seated 5th.
Samsora. Now, this kind of probably caught a couple people off guard. Maybe me, not so much, and that's because of a couple of reasons, right? So I know last year, Samsora did actually compete in a couple of tournaments, I believe, in New York, right? I think he had some wins over Jen and Tilde. So won a couple New York locals, I believe, in that fashion. And then I think like a month ago, when this tournament was actually being like promoted, Cirque du CFL, I'm sure I butchered that name. I recall seeing like a promotional poster that had Samsora on it. Now, this is Florida after all, right? So I'm not really surprised by any of the kind of crazy over-the-top kooky shit that happens down there. So I actually thought it might have been just a bit of a troll, but it turns out it was in fact a reality. So I guess a lot of people kind of caught on to that too, because you can kind of just click on the quote tweets, and not everybody's talking about it, but there's a fair amount of people here. You got Evelyn saying Samsora should still be banned, and it'd be so funny if he wildly underperforms the seed. Spoiler alert, Samsora actually going to get 7th place at this event. And finally, the Samsora unbanned, probably the most unjust ban in Smash history. All right, so
Okay, wait, hold up.
at this event. And
Okay, finally the Samsora unbanned probably okay. Like 30 top players knew the same intel. He did just not through text. What? Like 30 top players knew the same intel. He did just not through text evidence. Okay, how many players, like individual players, knew about several instances of adult minor relationships? Like several, and did nothing about it. How many were involved with the cover-up? And even then, ban those other 30 top players. Like, what's wrong with that? You don't want to take a stand and be like, yeah, this isn't acceptable? This is acceptable? You think this is like an acceptable thing to do? Is to just not report this stuff? Actively be part of the cover-up? I think covering up statutory rape and grooming should be a ban-worthy offense. Apparently not.
Finally, the
According
Samsora
to that
unbanned,
guy.
probably the most unjust ban in Smash history. All right, so you got that right there.
Most unjust ban.
Forget Samsora, I'm more interested in balls. Grab the Wario. I don't want Wario anywhere near my balls personally, but that's just me. And it kind of goes on and on with people who do decide to actually comment on it, or kind of like back and forth on, you know, where their stance actually is. You know, the Smash community just forgot Samsora broke a federal crime or what. And that has to do with, I believe, the letter of the law from Louisiana, where I think Sam is originally from, where in his situation, like, yes, he did commit, you know, an actual crime, as it is kind of detailed. Now, me personally, do I think Samsora is like a danger to the actual community? I do not. I think Samsora
That's
is,
fair.
quite frankly,
That I
somebody
think is
like a
fair.
lot of
I don't think
Smashers
that's an
who lacks
excuse to
common sense. And I
unban
want to
him.
phrase that, or at least put that in perspective, where
But
I'm not excusing anything.
I could
I'm just
agree.
saying I just think Samsora is more of a lack of common sense and understanding than actually like he is some sort of actual horrible human being. That's just my 2 cents on it. And you know,
Okay, here's the problem with the common sense thing. Is like, again, it's multiple instances. And you knew it was wrong as you're doing it. So it's not even like, you can't even play dumb. Because there's textual evidence of you, like, knowing what you're doing is wrong and doing it anyways. So it's like, it's kind of hard to give you that benefit of the doubt. Like, oh, he was just being an idiot. Like,
when I did see that Samsora was going to be competing in this tournament, I naturally had to lock in, since he's not locked up, and just kidding, and see exactly what all, you know, the fuss was about. So here you go. Switch over right here.
he's trying to be me. He's trying to be me with the bald head. Okay, how did Hacks get banned for so long and Samsora gets off scot-free? Hacks got banned for a shorter time than Samsora, I'm pretty sure. Yo, what's up, Jack? Yo, Jack, we were playing Lego Star Wars earlier. You missed it. You missed out on the Lego Star Wars. Yo, what's up, Kenrick? You were in the video. You're glad you missed it? Well, there goes your mod powers. Remove a standard moderator. Damn. How's it feel? How's it feel? You talk back to the streamer. You bad mouth daddy. You don't have the wrench next to your name. This is what happens, Jack. This is what happens. Now say you're sorry. Say you're sorry, Jack. Apologize. If you don't apologize, you don't get the mod. Slowly try. Well, I didn't ban him. Oh, he's sorry. Okay, here's your mod back. Okay. Let's make him a standard moderator. David, you want mod? Alright. There you go, David. No, I know these people in real life, so I'm not just beating up on randoms. These are homies.
Here you see Sam Sora completely shaved, you know? Bald head. I think they're calling him E. Sam Sora in the chat, if I'm not mistaken. Just given the amount of baldness being presented to you here. Now, you can almost kind of look at it like maybe this is like supposed to be like a symbolism for like a rebirth. You know what I'm saying? You kind of shave off the head, and now you kind of like you allow common sense to flow into that big ass noggin of yours. But who the hell really knows, right? I certainly don't. But let me just say this, okay? I want to make a couple of points here, okay? So we'll kind of skip ahead because Sam Sora actually went on the 3-0 anathema before losing to Zamba. This was all the loser side of things. I think Sam Sora lost 3-0 to Myron in winners, if I'm not mistaken. So didn't, underperform the seed like by a large margin, only like one spot right there. Obviously seeded 5th, ends up in 7th. Not a bad day considering all the heavy hitters that were actually at this event. Twitch chat moderation. Listen, anybody knows me knows I'm in the trenches of Twitch chat, okay? I'm a goon with the rest of you, but some of the comments were a little outlandish, and I'm not even talking about in like somebody who was like maybe insulting Sam Sora. I'm just talking about like some references that were made that just seemed a little bit too OD. So I would definitely say like if you're gonna have like a player who's quote unquote banned at your event, you might want to be a little bit more heavy-handed with the moderation in the chat. Just my 2 cents.
Would you say it's the worst person in the Smash community?
I actually saw a lot of people who I recognized in that chat because I'm sure they were just as curious as I was.
Probably
to see how
right
Sam Sora
now.
Going to do at this event. Some people might not want to admit that.
Honestly, Greg Turbo.
I mean, this is somebody who's a former undisputed top 5 player.
Honestly, Greg Turbo.
You know what I'm saying? And probably nowadays it'll be
if you guys aren't aware
Sam Sora could actually still be a national threat
about like frame 1 and stuff,
will be the norm.
and like the delays that are going on, like he's borderline scamming.
If it was more fleshed out,
He's borderline
scamming
people.
A fair amount of time for somebody to be removed or excommunicated.
Just look up frame 1 delays. I've been talking about it on Twitter.
However, I know the Smash, like the ban committee or whatever, is like.
Oh, you guys don't know who that is. Alright, Greg Turbo's the guy who makes the frame 1 controller, which is like another box. So you have like the box, you have the Smash box, and then you have the frame 1. And he did a production run in February of last year, like pre-orders for the controller. It sold out in like 2 minutes. Those still haven't been delivered or produced at all yet. Modded, no, it's a box controller, like a rectangle. I actually have one. Hold on. Alright, today we're gonna be reviewing the frame 1, the greatest controller of all time. Super duper heavy. Here's what the case looks like. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that case. See, it says frame 1 right here. Really cool. Then it opens up. Like it's literally just a box. Literally just the box. Exact same layout. It's just heavier. That's all the frame 1. It's just a box that's heavier. Like a box feels like a keyboard, this feels like the whole laptop. I bought this off of somebody. which is how I was able to get it. Because you can't, if you ordered a frame 1, you still didn't get it. Box, but more cheating? Unironically, yeah. Because the box has, like, nerfs built into it to prevent, like, doing crazy SDI. Like, crazy types of DI. And the frame 1 doesn't have one of those nerfs, so you could do, like, unfair DI. But yeah, there was a pre-order run February 19th of last year. 1,000 controllers sold out in 2 minutes. And here we are, May of the following year, and they still haven't been produced yet. You ordered your frame 1 and... yeah. The only thing that's preventing it from being a scam is that, you could get a refund, but apparently he's been, like, ghosting people. He's been saying, I'm sick, I have mono. He's been saying that, like, every day. It's just wild how he can get away with so many excuses, like, consistently for over a year as to why they haven't been produced. Product manufacturing and distribution is incredibly difficult. Okay. It's been over a year, though. First of all, it's been over a year. Like, well over a year. A year and some change. And they still haven't begun producing it. Second of all, Hax's production is literally just their coder, their computer programmer, and his girlfriend just 3D printing them. And it doesn't take them over a year to produce their product. So, like, obviously it's a difficult process, but Greg has a factory doing this. Like, he said in his Discord, oh, we're switching factories. So he has a factory. He had a factory before. It's like, how are you not... Yeah, exactly. He's saying, oh, I'm sick, I can't do this. And he's just drinking, partying. There's a video of him wrestling Wrangler. Burrow versus Wrangler.
Turbo versus Wrangler live IRL. They're gonna fucking fight.
Look at this dude. He looks like what's his face? Jeffrey Dahmer. By the way, guys, he's dying from mono. He is unable to do anything. Is that Chroma? I can't see tell anymore. This is Glassbones Greg right here. He is currently dying of mono. We need your thoughts and prayers. He's going through a really tough time, guys. He might not make it. I think he was dying at this point too. He has glass bones and paper skin. Yeah, he's having a heart attack at this very moment. You can see the tumors on his head. And yeah. He looks fine to me. Look at him walk. What a loser. This guy is not well enough to start producing his controller, by the way. All those people who are still waiting, this was 6 months ago. It's only gotten worse since then. Does Hax have a factory? No, I don't think so. Look at them.
No punch, no punch, no.
This is the most pathetic. This is the most pathetic move of all time. What is this? Yeah. What kind of move is this? What? He just falls over. He just falls over. He just falls over.
Oh shit! Ladies and gentlemen, it is Greg Turbo!
Did she just kiss him? That's probably where he got his mono from. Look at this.
No, that was not.
How you lose to Glass Bones Greg? How do you lose in a wrestling match to Glass Bones Greg? This guy's too broken to make a controller. Is Greg Turbo worse than Mango's wife? Definitely. This dude's just covered in dirt.
How do you feel after the fight? No. How do you feel after the fight? I kiss and he backed off. No.
Well, let's go back to this moment. This is.
Oh my God! No way!
Yo, thanks for the 2, dude. Buck Broken and Mountain.
Buck broken and mounted.
This is by far the worst move. This is the worst wrestling move of all time. You just gave him a free win. You just fell down. And just... How you lose to Glass Bones Greg? How do you lose to Glass Bones Greg in a wrestling match? Pipsqueak made a video that's supposed to be... Oh yeah, I've seen that. It's actually cringe. Pipsqueak is cringe. We don't like Pipsqueak on this channel. Alright. Any other videos you guys we could watch just to close out the night? You do one more. Why are you hating? It's cringe, but why the hate? Cause this dude in the green hair, like right now, is probably he's scamming like pretty much the entire community, like 1,000 people. Because what happened, like if you haven't seen, if you weren't here for earlier when I was talking about it, basically he owns the company Frame One, which is like the Pipsqueak. Oh yeah, he's Luffin's bitch. That's obvious. You should know. You should know what's wrong with Pipsqueak. Greg Turbo, you know, people may not know about Frame One or what's going on. But Pipsqueak, that's just obvious. Like that's a layup. Ah, man. Look up George Bush is a great ape from the zoo. I have a feeling I don't want to watch that. I have a feeling I don't want to watch that. Yeah, it's Greg Turbo, the guy in the green hair. Like, it's not technically a scam because the people can get refunds, but he's ghosting those people too. Alright, let's watch this. One last video for the night. I'm assuming it's this. Kanye Rap West.
Rebuild and remain in the area. The destruction of the spirit of the people of southern Louisiana and Mississippi may end up being the most tragic loss of all.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Please.
Forgot their schizophrenia beds. This is like some futuristic, very obscure, very sophisticated art that we're just too, that we can't understand. Friggin' liar. Oh, this is gonna be a weird transition. Damn, there's the background behind me. Damn. Alright, I think I'm gonna end stream here. Tomorrow we're gonna do like a similar thing, just chill, talk about Smash. I'm gonna play ult, hopefully with Orangabang. I'm a beat you, dude. I'm a beat the dong. Is Pip being a suck up available anywhere publicly? I don't believe you. Dude, just advanced search Leffen on his Twitter, and it's literally like every 5 seconds. Like, why do you think Pipsqueak uses a frame 1? It's literally because Leffen's like, oh my god, frame 1's so good. Frame 1's amazing. Frame 1 is so good, guys. The box is but the frame 1, the exact same thing. It's amazing, guys. It's amazing, guys. Like, he literally just parrots everything he says. Like, he makes a video talking about a box ban when he uses a frame 1. And he's like, yeah, the box, I mean, we could ban it, you know, it doesn't really matter. It's like, dude, it's your controller. Fox v DK? I don't play Fox. No, I don't know who I want to play. I'm gonna learn someone tonight. I'm gonna pick a character to play. I'm gonna learn him, figure him out. And then Leffen uses the frame 1 because he realized Hax was right but doesn't want to admit it. Yeah. Dude, you don't need to. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out, dude. I'll get your number. I'll study my own videos with the gameplay footage to figure out your patterns, figure out your play style, and break you down. So yeah, I'm probably gonna end stream here. Thanks everybody who came out. Thanks for the $2 dono from NCG Goggles. And yeah. Dude's gonna betify Dyra to beat you. Of course. Alright. See you guys.